ये जीवन है, इस जीवन का यही है, यही है रंग रूप। थोड़ी गम है, थोड़ी खुशियाँ, यही है, यही है छाव धूप। ये जीवन है, इस जीवन का यही है, यही है रंग रूप। थोड़े गम है, थोड़ी खुशियाँ, एक्चुअली बहुत सारी खुशियाँ, बिकॉज it's one of the biggest accomplishment of the mankind in the area of broadcasting and multimedia industry when television was invented. Today is World Television Day, guys. Today is 21st of November 2020, and I'm so happy and proud to be talking to you on the subject where I also had the opportunity to be part of the television industry big time. We'll talk about it at a later stage. Let me first tell you as to what really went on in the world to look for this one unique piece of entertainment, news, and knowledge. Well, we may call it Idiot Box, but it's one of the fastest way to disseminate many positive things too. So बहुत सारे खुशियाँ है, थोड़े गम ज़रूर है. In fact, the person who invented the first electronic television prevented his son from watching television because he felt that there is nothing worthwhile in the television. You can go yourself, look around, gain knowledge. That's far better way of learning than from the television. Well, it was way back in 1800s that people had started feeling the need to capture images and moving objects and transmit them in various ways, and they've been looking for some way or the other. There were mechanical televisions where they used to have the kind of system where they'll try to scan mechanically the object that they wanted to be telecast, and they used to manage through wires, and it was a very tough call. But then later came a time when in 1928 a boy who was just 21, who had not even seen electricity in his own home until the age of 14, had the vision and had the reason to explore a system where he could capture and transmit moving objects and convert them into a code and let that code travel through radio waves and pass on to different sets of devices which could again exhibit the same telecast movie. So that was way back in 1928. The guy was Philo Taylor Farnsworth, and he is the one responsible for all that we have happening around the world, the explosion of information arenas and the information highway that we have today, with things having changed, and there are billions of TVs now, and billions of people, and there are TRP scams, and there are created TRP scams like the recent TRP scam that our dear friend, journalist friend Arnab Goswami unnecessarily got into, where he was not responsible for it, even when the concocted a way to get him involved. The Republic TV gentleman, who is himself from the same industry as I am, He's also from media, and I'm also from media. Well, now the whole objective was now to have more number of television sets and have television broadcasting stations. So there were television broadcasting stations that were set up. The first program telecast was in 1928. 1927 is when this gentleman, Philo Farnsworth, Philo Taylor Farnsworth, invented this. And in 1928, the first program was telecast, and that was called Queen's Messenger. Now, it was not telecast to some 400 TVs or some 4,000 TVs or 400,000 TVs. It was broadcast to only 4 TVs. So people are still not very sure as to whether to consider it as the first program released, but it has been acknowledged that yes, it happened way back in 1928. It's in 1951 that I Love Lucy came in, and there were a lot of now some hundreds of television stations, and there are lots of TV sets sold. Although it was all in black and white for a very long time, color came in much later. When we dream in color, why not have the TV in color too, you know? And that's what I had told my earlier boss, Mr. Nirmal Suchanti, when I wanted to buy my own color TV, and I wanted one for myself, so that I can also see programs, because that's what we were involved in. We were the pioneers in making TV serials in India. The company that I was directed for good 10 years are the people who are pioneers in making TV serials in India. Well, the scenario in India was that there was only one channel at the time when Concept, the company that I was part of, got into production of TV serials. They were the earliest producers of TV serials in India, and some of the serials that they produced were हम लोग इसी बहाने कसमकस आधा से तादा झूठ तितलियाँ नटखट नारद बाबूजी का बायोस्कोप चोली दामन काकाजी कहीं. Oh my God, endless number of beautiful programs which were all contribution of Shobha and Mahesh Doctor. And it's Shobha and Mahesh Doctor who changed, since they wanted to retire and start their own dairy farming, handed over the organization to Mr. Nirmal Suchanti, who was the number one in public issue advertising all over India. And well, that's around the time when there were other serials which are very, very popular, like Surbi, Chitrahar, Malgudi Days, Hum Panch. So that's how it all started in India. It is later part of the 80s that ZTV, Star Plus, ESPN had started long time ago. ESPN is one of the earliest sports channels the world had. CNN started long time ago, much earlier than TV really started operating in India. In about say 1947, there were thousands of TV sets in United States, and it's later that they started seeing the need for flat TV. So real flat TV started coming around 2005, and it's in 2006 that they became affordable. So after that, there has been no stopping the TV industry. It's growing by leaps and bounds. Almost every household has a TV now. Around the time when Hum Log, Isi Bahane, Kasmakas, the TV series produced by the company that I was director in, that time the black and white TVs, and most households did not have a TV, so there used to be sharing in terms of the families getting together when the Hum Log is to be telecast, say sharp at 8 o'clock or whatever the time of the telecast was. People would all gather at one home, and they'll all be there, cry, smile, laugh, everything. So it was perfect entertainment for families at that point of time. Now it's been Netflix and it's been so many different ways since we have now smart TVs. Things have changed, and the future of television industry is absolutely astoundingly very good. Only thing is that things are going to change even there. Now, telephones, which are now almost story of past. We don't have any more that cradle one, even the push button one telephones in home. The same way even televisions may go totally out of circulation someday because we have now our mobile phones which can have all the programs, all the movies, everything right at one place. So that's why we have big time revolution even on mobile. So the whole definition of entertainment and information is going to change. We have so many happy things happening, like the kind of news channels that we have and how we get to know about everything that's happening all around the world in just a second. As it happens, we get live telecast, and it's a revolution which in the 1800s or even in 1900s when uh, our Mr. John Taylor Farnsworth invented the first electronic TV, he might have never thought it's going to go this far. It's so fabulous. It's so wonderful. It's astounding. It's an accomplishment that we can just clap for and say, good job done. Very well done, guys. So many people are involved. There are thousands and thousands of TV channels now. There are so many programs that are being created on every subject under the sun. That is the beauty of this astounding accomplishment. So claps for everyone, and since I'm part of the whole industry all the time and was always close to so many film people because of my involvement with the TV serial industry, and um, met everyone right from Aishwarya Rai to Priyanka Chopra to Salman to Saruk to lots of happy friendships in the film industry, right from um, recent one having been Tina Ambani's elder sister's birthday party in the Good Wife restaurant in Mumbai. Uh, Life has been fabulous, and entertainment industry rocks, right from Sanjay Dutt to Zinat Aman to Simi Garewal to just about anybody and everybody. How about Mr. Vijay Arora? I've been very close to the gentleman who unfortunately had a demise because of stomach cancer. Well, but they have contributed so much to the entertainment industry. I'm sure you remember. चुरा लिया है दिल ने जो तुमको. Oh, I don't remember the lyrics exactly, but fabulous song with Zinataman of Mr. Vijay Arora. So salutations everybody. Happy World Television Day. Boom. Keep entertained and keep entertaining. Let that be the motto.